Everyone, I hope you all are doing well. In my previous video of the circle, I have covered radius, diameter, chord and last arc. So I'll give you a quick recap of my previous video in the next slide. So we have a circle which has a center O and line segment OM is the radius of this circle and line segment ON is the radius of the circle. And if we join N and M which passes through the center, so this we called as the diameter of the circle. So we have NM line segment as the diameter of the circle which is passing through the center. If we take 2 points on the circle as point R and point P, and if we join these 2 points with the line segment and we take another 2 points as point Q and point S, we join these two as well with a line segment. So these two lines are the basically chord of the circle. So for this circle we have chord PR and SQ. So these were the points which we have already covered in my previous video. So let's move to the next terms which we cover in this video. I must say this guy is very excited for the next slide. So in this video we are going to cover circumference, secant and the tangent of the circle. So let's begin. So the first slide we have about the circumference of the circle. So let's understand this with the figure. This is the point A and the points are starting from point A and coming back to point A. And if we add these points with an arc, so this is a circle and the circumference would be the arc length of the circle. Now what is this? Let's understand this. This is a needle. If this needle starts from point A and coming back to point A, so the distance is covered from point A and coming back to point A is the total length of this circle. So the total length, or you can say the perimeter of this circle, is called the circumference. So the circumference is the perimeter of a circle, or in other words you can say circumference of the circle is equal to the total length of the boundary of this circle. I hope you have understood. So in this slide, we'll understand how to calculate the circumference of the circle. So let's begin. This is a circle and you know the circumference of the circle can also be defined as the total length of the boundary. But to calculate the circumference, we need to know the radius of the circle. So let's assume this is a center O and this is the radius. We take this radius as small r. Now the circumference of the circle is equals to 2 pi r. This means pi. Now what does this pi means? So we'll understand this in the next slide. So in this slide we'll understand what exactly the pi is. So let's begin. This is a circle which has a center O and point M, and if we join these points, so this line segment is called the radius of the circle, and assume this as the length of 6 centimeter. Now it is not possible to measure the boundary of the circle, or you can say circumference of the circle, with a normal scale. So what we do, we just change this arc into a straight line, and if we measure this straight line, the value comes as 37.68 centimeter, and you know the total length of the boundary is the circumference of the circle. Now take one more value of this circle. We can also calculate the diameter of the circle because we have the radius and the diameter is just twice the radius. Means diameter of this circle is equals to 12 centimeter. Now let's take another circle with center O and point M, and the radius assumed as equals to 8 centimeter. Now again it is not possible to measure the rounded figure with the scale, so what we do, we just convert this arc into a straight line, and if we measure with the scale the circumference, or you can say the perimeter of the circle, comes 50.24 centimeter, and the diameter of the circle is just twice the radius, means diameter is equals to 2 multiplied by 8 is equals to 16 centimeter. Now so let's continue what we have left in the previous. Now we have the circumference of the first circle and the diameter as well. When we divide the circumference by the diameter of the first circle, the values we have 37.68 upon 12, and the same we do for the second circle as well. Circumference of the second circle divided by the diameter of the second circle, and the values we have 50.24 upon 16. When you divide 37.68 by 12, you get the value 3.14. And guess what? When you divide 50.24 by 16, you'll get the same value, 3.14. Now, this 3.14 is basically is the value of the pi, and these are the approximate value. It means whenever you divide the circumference by the diameter, you'll get the pi. So to know the formula of the circumference, we move this diameter from the denominator to the right side with the pi. So the formula we can write, circumference is equals to pi multiplied by diameter, or we can write pi into d. Now in place of d, you know diameter is equals to twice of radius, so we can write pi multiplied by 2r. So now we have the formula. Circumference of the circle is equals to 2 pi r. And one more fact about the pi is that pi is equals to 22 upon 7 as well. Now if you divide 22 by 7, you'll get the approximate value as 3.14. So the two values of pi, you have 3.14 and also 22 upon 7, and the circumference of the circle is 2 pi r. I hope you have understood this. In this slide, we'll understand about the secant of the circle. A secant line is a segment or line which passes through the circle and intersect the circle at 2 points. Let's understand this with the figure. This is a circle and a line passing through the circle, and this line intersects the circle at 2 points, that is point M and point N. So this line intersecting the circle at 2 points, so this we call the secant of the circle, which is intersecting the circle from point M and the point N. I hope you have understood this as well. And this last slide we have about the tangent of the circle. A tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle at only one point, which is different from secant. A secant is a line which passing through the circle and intersecting at 2 points. But tangent is what? Which intersect at only one point. This is a circle and a line touches the circle at only one point, and this point is point M. So this is the tangent to a circle. Now we have one more fact about the tangent. A tangent is perpendicular to the radius of a circle. Means let's take O as a center, and if we join OM, so this is the radius of the circle, and the tangent is perpendicular to the radius. This is the fact about the tangent. I hope you have understood this as well. So we have concluded the video. Thank you. Thank you for watching the video. I hope you have enjoyed a lot and at the same time you have understood all the terms which we have covered in the video. Thank you. Goodbye.